You've lost your territory to the true king. The only chance you have to live now before he catches you is to go into the hollows. You drag your wounded body to the vortex, hearing his loud, keening howls. Just there. You find yourself in a lush green rainforest, surrounded by the warmth of the earth, and in that moment, you feel safe. And sleep takes you over. It's been a few months since your encounter with him. You've recovered to your full strength and have been hunting proliferous, rich food. The war dogs in here are many. A little bit dangerous, but nothing you can't handle. Though you've been seeing some footprints around the place. Strange footprints. Some are like ridges across the ground, similar to your very own fingers, but not clawed. And strange feet that sort of remind you of those tiny little creatures you used to terrorize. It shouldn't be too much to worry about if it holds any resemblance to the weak little apes, and so you don't even bother. Until one day, as you're stalking a group of wart dogs, you see them begin to chase a grey Kong. You haven't seen one of those in millions of years, ever since the war. Exactly. And the stupid idiot got himself into a chase with them. Being full, being healthy, and a little bit too comfortable, you decide to watch the show from up high. Oh, you haven't had this much fun in millennia watching him run away like a headless chicken, and this stupid idiot gets himself stuck behind an endless cliff. You almost feel a little bad for him until you realize it was all a trap. Wart dogs fall into a hole that the Kong himself seals completely by taking out a log he had set up in the ground, and then kills the majority of them with another trap. Perhaps you've underestimated him, but still, if you required such weaponry to defeat some dogs, he shouldn't be too hard to defeat. And so before he can leave, you jump down, slamming into the ground, your claws digging into the earth, and you roar at him. He turns back, giving you a surprised glare through the blood of the war dog he'd ripped apart before, and with the smallest chuckle, you charge at him. He blocks your bite, turning your body around and throwing you to the ground like he's done this before. You try to get up, fight back, but a fist rocks into your skull. You don't even know where that came from. He grabs you by the tail and throws you into a wall. The Kongs, they are intelligent, but they never posed any threat to you. They were far too weak, and they also fought in groups, not one singular monster. Who is this guy? Still, you haven't survived the fight with the king just to be defeated by an ape. You quickly leverage your superior size and strength, shoving him back into a wall, digging your claws into his chest, and prepare to melt his head off with your poison. But right as you open your mouth to shoot, his hand slams into your mouth, forcing the poison back down your throat and causing you to stumble back. He begins pounding you with rock after rock after rock, and when you get up, look around, he's gone. Who was that guy? He was far too fast, far too strong and skilled for a Kong, right? A few days pass. You sensed the presence of the king falling to the hollow earth and wondered if he'd come down to hunt you too, but no, he quickly left and fought something in the surface. You felt the vibrations all the way down here, but it's none of your concern if the king was fighting it. It was probably a done deal. And instead, you come to find, in that same place where you'd fought the strange Kong, a hole that led you into a special little territory that was even deeper than the hollows. You snacked on some snakes and found it to be more comfortable than the extremely competitive upper levels, even though it was still as dangerous as any other place. It was peaceful, and you even found some new Kongs, and as your memory proved, they were ugly, slow, and stupid, but they seemed smarter, almost like someone had been teaching them how to fight, and their weapons seemed better built. It was strange, but you killed them all the same, until you found a small red ape accompanied by that same Kong. And now that your memories were refreshed, you realized that this Kong was a lot bulkier, a lot bigger, and more battle-hardened than those other Kongs, and it made sense why he was so skilled. But still, despite his yellow arm and despite the axe he was wielding, you could take him on. He wouldn't be too much trouble. The last time you two had fought, you had been caught off guard by his skill, but no more. You had learned and would not fail again. With the swift charge, you closed the distance, dodging that yellow arm and biting his leg, with you immediately lifting him up, swinging him into a nearby rock, and before he could get up, you lunged again, aiming for his throat and his life. He put the yellow arm in between you, blocking your teeth, and for some reason, his new arm, it could stop you. With strength you could not imagine, he shoved you back to where your feet fell from under you, and you found yourself in the ground, his axe gleaming in the daylight. And it was then that you realized just how much faster he was, how much stronger, and most horrifying of all, it was that he'd simply ignore your new strategy, and as that axe connected against your neck and split your head apart, you wept.